Welcome back to Factorio Seablock and TSM, episode number 39, I do believe. 39. Okay, first of all, nothing has helped us much. I haven't really played on at all. Our absolutely woeful amount of material is still absolutely woeful. Part of the problem seems to be we're using a lot more of the iron-based material than we are the copper. So the whole copper process is kind of clogged. And that's making it impossible to get any iron out of here. I do have some options. I need to do something here as well. But since I've just told you about that one, how about I run down here? So we are putting a train in down here so that we can clear this thing of resource when it fills up sufficiently. Let me just empty what I can, if I can, into my collection down here, if there's any room at all. What is this? It's only an iron chest. It's not the most useful thing. Let us see if we can make it steel chest at least. Then we'll have a little bit more space here. So I don't need that, or that, or that, or that, or that, or that. You don't really need half these other things as well, but I might be making a few things soon, so stuff that I need for making stuff I better hang on to, I guess. Here we are. So what I want to do, I'll just grab the iron ore. It doesn't look like we're going to be able to do too much of the copper right at the moment, but this is why the iron is so abysmal. It's just not getting through at all. So we're going to have to feed our machine up here some iron just to keep it happy. So that will at least drive the iron. Maybe that will help clear a bit of this. Who knows? Now, the next thing we need to do is, as I said, we've got an issue here. We knew we would have. This makes a lot of green algae and a tiny bit of brown algae. The brown algae comes into this process and the green algae comes here. The amount that has come here has backed up. So we've got green algae to spare. We've got no brown algae. We didn't need it before because we had a whole bunch left over from here. This is all gone. We actually need some brown algae manufacture now as well. So I'm going to make another algae farm. I don't think I have one sitting around anywhere. They're pretty easy and cheap to make. So let's just make a algae Mark 1. This one will just make the brown algae recipe, but we will need a area for the brown algae to sit on. Might be slightly bigger than I actually need. Why don't I put it, say, there? That should do. And guess something like this. Maybe I'll give it its own pump. It probably doesn't actually need a dedicated pump. This should probably be moved, actually. And then we could share the pump. We are into sharing. So you can go like that, and I have no more pipe. Of course, we are making it though, and we're making it just here. So let's get a bit more. Actually, I want quite a bit more. For other purposes as well. So let's grab a bit more. Use our stone pipe here. We're not total paupers now when it comes to landfill, although clearly it's not. Oh, it's interesting, isn't it? We need saline water just any water. But check that out before I got to this point, I guess. Okay, saline water. Do we have any of that around here somewhere? Saline water. We might have some down below. What's this? That's mineralized water. That's not what we need. It's definitely saline water, isn't it? Yes. Saline water. I remember we were making saline water here, and we do have some. So this stuff will do. We just need to get it up to there. That's it there. Guess what I want to do is probably... Oh, look at that. Probably want to come up kind of from there. Which means we need a bit more. Yeah. It's almost pointless at this point, especially since we have squeeze through. Alright, let me get a small segment. Silly bug again. Go up there. Slightly more landfill up here. And now we should be safe just to do that. Some power. You can have one of these. It's just too useless for words. Okay. So we need some belt. We will put that there. We'll do that. You seriously unpowered as well. I just want to get rid of these silly wooden power poles. At least in the good old days you could burn them, right? And yes, these recipes tend to be quite slow, but this should kick our this process off again. We seem to be getting a slightly steadier supply of iron now. Hopefully this will draw fairly evenly when or if this one gets some more resources. This thing here now is completely pointless. We may as well do that. That's an assembly machine too. Wonder if I should make this one an assembly machine too at this point then. How many of these things do you need? You need 5. Get 20. 20 pulp becomes 40 paper. 40 paper becomes 20 boards. Yeah, it probably does need to be a 2. In 1. Assembly machine 2. Which probably means this one will end up needing to be a 2 as well, but 50% faster now. And we've finally got some small demand for a little bit of copper while we do this as well, only because we're filling this up for, well, so there's a buffer, I suppose, or something I can just pick up when I need them. I have plenty right now. Probably need some of those guys. How far it goes down looking vaguely or sort of reasonably healthy, not all that far. We are getting a little bit of steel as well. That's useful. Still very thin when you get down here. So that's actually backed up because it's steel that is holding this whole thing up. How many of these have we got? 2! The grand sum of 2. Okay, well that's just getting a bit silly. So I think what we're going to do this episode, since we're not likely to make that much good progress, in our new facility, if we only have 2 of those things, what size are you? You're a medium worm. You're in range. Ooh, you are. Maybe we should see how many of these it takes to kill a medium worm. 1, 2, 3. There you go. It's almost even better than a sniper turret. They can't reach you, but it's only a medium worm. Probably excessive. What I want to do is I just want to drop off some pipes over here. Because effectively all we really need is connected pipes, and then we can probably go. Oh, also, I have enabled this guy to come. This was called by TSM. It is actually putting quite a strain on the resources up above. So, oh. Is that enough for it to pull in? Do its thing? Probably not. Probably in the way anyway. But yeah, this is where our power's coming from, so it's a bit of a strain on the power. That should not be a full signal, that should be a chain. Signals. Very many of these, do we? Okay, you should be a chain signal. And coming out of here should also be a chain signal. And then one of them. Now that should be enough for this guy to pull in. Not sure if it's going to be able to get out of here, though, because this is the only way it can come, and I've blocked the path. Although it could go there, but I haven't signaled that in such a way that it's out of the way, and this one needs signals to lock it off as well. So, yeah. But we're not really quite ready for that. What I was saying I was going to do is basically, I think we need to make the other items that we're likely to need, which in this case would be just doesn't feel quite right there at the moment. The things that we need are liquefiers and filtration units. Liquefiers and filtration units. Okay. So, liquefiers, are they in here? The filtration units are. So much the liquefiers. They are here. And the formula seems to be remarkably similar to these ones. Advanced circuits. Yep. Basically identical. I wonder then if we could make 3 machines only. And you could be a liquefier 1, liquefier 2, liquefier 3. And we could probably direct some of these resources directly to these guys. So you need iron. Oh, it's not exactly the same, is it? You need iron pipe to ground. Stone. The other things look pretty similar. Yeah, you've got an iron stick where you have an iron pipe to ground. That's identical. Except, of course, it's using this thing. Okay. We will need at least one more of these, which needs some iron plate. I will liberate from up here. Let's put it... Oh, actually, the iron pipe to ground is going to need 2, not just 1. That recipe needs this one as well. Okay. And you also want flat iron plate. You're not half greedy, are you? Okay, what I'm going to do is iron plate can come through here. Gonna need some more. Some more belt, quite a lot more really. Already we seem to have lost our minor surge in belt production. But that should tide us through for a little bit. I'm going to grab all those. We don't need a huge number of these, but I'd still rather make them down here. Okay, you can do that. Clear up some of these. There, or do I want you there? I don't know. Now, inserters, you can do that, you can do that, and we'll have one more that will do something like this, and then we'll turn them into magical ones. In just a moment, you'll actually feed into there. Could actually do that. You could do that. Let's do that. I don't know if it's still the case, and if you know, comment by all means down below. But it certainly used to be the case that the shorter the arc, the more effective the bobs inserters actually are. You need to pick up there and drop off there. And then we can have a simple inserter that does that. And that's only that and that. We still need this stuff. Yellow. Another amazing bobs inserter here, which we'll pick up from there. And now we use an amazing bobs medium electric pole 2. Ooh, not quite cover the whole lot. That's mildly frustrating. Okay, so that'll give us our liquefier 1. Then I want one of these in there. I want another one of those, which I can't get because I don't have enough material for a steel chest. But I know there's some steel plate somewhere around here. Oz steel plate, your steel plate. Thank you very much. So we will do this sort of thing. We will set you to filter on liquefier. No, liquefier. Chemical plant. Liquefier Mark 1s. And we will put some wire in. Just to say don't make more than about 5. What's the problem? You are not picking up iron plate. No, because you need one. There we go. Making liquefiers. Now, the Mark II version takes the Mark 1 plus these two, that and that, plus steel plates and steel pipes. Which, yeah. If this was here, it would have to reach back 1, 2, 3. I don't think I have something that can do that yet. So I will need to make a small cavity. You can pick up from there and deliver to there. You are supposed to be steel. So if we made you do that, then you could go there, pick up from there. If any actually gets past this area, which doesn't seem especially likely at the moment, since we are consuming it all up here. We may have to actually just manually feed a few in there. Now, let's actually put that here. Like so. And down here we need to do that. That should be all the products once we have power. We have power. More wire. Same deal. Basically, we don't want more than about 5 liquefier Mark IIs. And then we'll make everything into liquefier Mark IIIs, which need that and that, which come from there. Needs that, which comes from there. Needs these, which comes from there. And needs the brass pipes, which come from this one. So we'll do the same basic idea for the brass pipes. And I don't actually mind burning up the brass pipes. It's helping move some of that copper ore along. Which is kind of part of the reason for doing it, in fact. Up. And I might just put the last one here. There. You can go like so. From there. And we need one more of these to feed into. I don't know how many of these guys we need. We probably don't need that many. You should be a liquefier. Okay. How are we going? You have everything except some steel. Yeah, that's kind of to be expected. So, where's that steel I just picked up? There we go. We do have 5 of those. Oh, you guys need a power thing. Well, amazing Bob's Mark II power poles. Okay, so that's the liquefier. The other one was crystallizer, was it not? Crystallizer, yes. No. Filtration unit, not crystallizer. This part from the crystallizers, we still need them, and the ore crushers and the sorters and the flotation cells. We're still going to build all of those, but that's sort of phase 2 of this process, not phase 1. So let's just stick with what we need to do right now, which I have kind of forgotten by getting carried away. So what is it? Filtration unit. Okay, filtration units. Are you in here? Yes, and we only have an option to get... Oh, we're not going to be able to do Mark IIs. These are going to be Mark 1s. And it's a fairly straightforward recipe, in fact, as well. Okay, in that case... Let's make these... You are going to be a filtration unit. Mark 1. The Mark 2s, we don't have reinforced. We don't have any of that. It's a long way off, I think, realistically. We need to get all the rest of this sorted first. So you are stone, brick, basic electron board. That's this one again. If I moved you... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have a red. I mean, part of the thing is here, we need a few. We need enough to make it worthwhile to build a machine, but we don't need... let's just grab all of them. I'm going to go through them sooner or later. We don't need so many that I want a huge rebuild, all of the... leaving the main bus concept, which I've been calling just a belt or whatever for the last however many episodes. I've been calling it whatever I can feel like, really. Okay, you can go through like so. You can go there. And your drop-off is there. You need to have something that's here. What else do you need? Iron plate, iron pipe. You no longer are as much fun when you're... and iron plate. Okay. Yeah. It's going to be a little bit of a competition here. The only thing that's getting built is this one. How many pipes do you actually need? It's only 10, so it'll only go to 20, then it will stop. Alright. We need another one of our logistic chests, which means we need more steel plates. Go. Very much. I don't know. I'll make it a count though. I think we need more than like 20 or something. Like 40 we'll probably need. Generation units. I think they stack to 10, something like that, so we are going to need quite a lot. Everything except the iron plate. Do I have any iron plate on me? I do. Good enough? Are you going to build now? Then you need 5 iron plate. Okay. So those are the items that we need to complete our build here. You need a way out of here, of course. Which is signals, which is I need iron. I'm going to need some more green circuits as well. Let's grab a bit of the key resources. 5 of those, 5 of those. We don't actually use them in exactly equal quantities. It just depends what we're trying to do. I am trying to do is probably something like this. You go. No. So you go there. These. Another thing here. One of them. Probably one of those there as well. That should be enough to let the train get to at least here. Now, at this point, you should have one of those and another one just here. There you go. The train's on its way. Probably need a few more here, but maybe not just the second. So the way it's supposed to get to here is it actually has to come along here and do a loop up here. It can't just come down here. That's the theory anyway. Right. So, we also need trains to handle the extra products from here, or a process to do it, because we have quite a process to handle all of this to make sulfuric acid and to pick up the hydrogen and the oxygen that comes through. We also, so we're going to quite massively increase the hydrogen that's coming through. This is already kind of maxed out because this area here is actually struggling now. It's struggling because of the, well, it's filling this thing up. And it looks like, because this isn't coming through fast enough, we're probably actually burning off hydrogen. Yeah, there you go. Hydrogen gas is actually getting vented. Which is bad because it all should be being turned into energy, which is making it even harder for this area to keep up. So we probably need to step up the manufacture of these wood pellets. Another couple of machines on each side, say. And we're going to have to try and step up the production of this as well. If we're going to boost hydrogen, and there's already excessive amounts, that's going to be an issue as well. And I think I might leave this sort of area for now, which would mean I'm just going to fill in this bit here. And then I could potentially have a... See, that's all we really need. Requester maybe. Yes. Gonna need a little bit of signaling as well. So, once again, we will need a signal down here to say, make up your mind as to what you're doing at this point. And then you've either gone that way or you've gone that way. Then you're coming out that way or this way, which means this ends up being a little redundant. Whoa. What's that? Oh, did this not have enough? Forget what I set that to. Anyway, so then we should be able to one, two, three, four. Yeah, that's plenty. That's plenty. So one requester here, and we should be able to make a couple of tanks, one on each side, for hydrogen and for oxygen, because we do need to supply some, and we're going to have to probably flare off quite a bit as well. So I need 4 of these guys. We are missing, of course, iron plates. What else would it be? So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is actually massive overkill for the size of our wagons. Ones that can carry gas. We're just using the basic vanilla Mark 1 wagons for now. We won't always do that. We will upgrade them, but for now that's what we're going to do. So oh, they're quite slow to build, aren't they? Now this will work. I am quietly confident. Hang on. Let me just get what the name... That's obviously not going to be the name. The name is going to be more like this one. Charcoal supply to mineral sludge. Well, that's not exactly right. charcoal, hydrogen, oxygen, load. And then we'll need 2 requesters here. Whoops. You have power, don't you? Yes. Okay. Probably one of these would get the power over to here. And then two. 2 decider combinators. And I want these 2 for the other side as well. And I will need 4 of the pumps. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are not the right pumps, you moron. Those are water pumps. We need these pumps. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1 of these to give them all power. Now, the way we end up wiring this up is we will connect It doesn't matter if we combine these because they're not going to mix gases. It's just impossible now. We will also need more electronic circuits, basically. Can't believe how expensive this mod pack has made the basic green circuit. And copper cable, which means we need some copper, which I'm thinking I probably have lying in here. Don't actually have as much as I thought I did, but I do have some. Now, the way these hydrogen and oxygen trains will work is I'll actually call an empty train when we're ready for it. It'll come in, it'll fill up, it'll go away. We'll only call one train, even if we've got enough for both of these at the same time. We'll only call one. When it goes away, we'll then call the other. That's basically the plan. So this can join up the front, connect to there, connect to there, connect to there. The idea will be hydrogen. Where are you, hydrogen? According to Bob, hydrogen, the white gas, hydrogen is greater than or equal to 50,000. Then we will do our usual set P to 1. And this one will be very simple. In fact, I'll copy that and then I'll change it to oxygen. That's oxygen. And P, of course, has to change to, say, Q. Now, these will use the trains on the way signal. Normally, if you're having two and you want them to be both able to be supplied, you wouldn't use the trains on the way, you'd use the actual product here. But I only want one train at a time, and I think that'll be fine. So trains on the way is less than P. Then we'll be calling the not yet specified, but soon to be specified, and it shouldn't matter the order we put it in. Hydrogen, I'll make it... Actually, we want the empty hydrogen train, which hopefully there's a symbol in here for. No, that's deuterium. Empty fluid wagon hydrogen, that's the one I want. I want it here. Empty fluid wagon hydrogen. Go down. Empty fluid wagon hydrogen. There you go. That's what I want. And this one will be also trains on the way is less than, but Q of course, and it will be we'll use the empty oxygen. We're not actually calling the resource, we're calling the empty wagon resource. So what's that? Is that oxygen? No. No, what's this one? Oxygen, there we go. And that's not defined yet either. What we need to do, and this will probably end up having to be the next episode, is set up a little bit of a yard for some of these empty trains. I'm thinking this can probably suffice as a yard. We can set up basically a set of placeholders for trains that they can go in and out of themselves. So we can have some empties here, some fulls here. Fulls as in full trains. And basically they'll just be able to come in and they'll exit out, and hopefully they can go around in a circle like that or something, or back this way and come up here. I don't know. We'll work out exactly how it should work, because this one goes up, which means that this one these two should be on that side. Does it? That goes up. No, this one should go this way. So you should have these ones, but not these ones. Yes, that's right. And I need to carry that logic on the whole way up to here just to see which way round this is going. But either you'll be able to exit going this way and coming up into these stackers and then exit this way, or you'll be coming this way and you'll exit this way. Be one or the other. But I think we've done enough for now. Yes, there's still plenty to do. Let's have a quick peek to see how much we've actually progressed. We have 6 of those. We have 9 of those sitting there. You know, 6 of those. It's almost enough to get started, isn't it? These things again. We've got 3 up there. Those are the liquefiers. Oh, okay. Yeah, we actually probably have enough now to at least fill out, you know, a bit of this, make the most of some of this, and get it feeding into this train. So we'll do that next episode and work out what else we need to do. We probably won't get too much more than just that, plus the mechanism to clear all the gas, which is kind of a copy of what we've got up here. And then we will probably be placing a process through to, or process the, what are they called? Sapphirite. Process through the sapphirite until you make iron ore. So it'll be the same process we use here. We won't be using the fluid, I don't think, because we need as much as possible of the iron. We will be using these oh, that's another thing we need, ore processing machines, but we haven't made any of these yet. So the next phase is to make the crystallizers, the sorters, the crushers, the ore processors, and the flotation cells. Anyway, thanks for joining me for this, and I look forward to seeing you in the next. Bye bye for now.